Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball, and today I'm going to be giving you guys an episode 74 review of Dragon Ball Super. And as always, this episode was aired live. I saw it then, and it's translated by Herms from Kanzenshuu, so please support his Twitter page. I'll leave that link down below. He does a great service for the community. But this was a decent episode, I guess. I was kind of bored at segments of it, really, honestly. At some parts of this really just did not grab my attention. Mainly because this episode, the main story of the episode is that the Great Saiyaman's being turned into a movie, and it's starring this famous actor named Barry, who apparently is the guy from the Buu saga that Majin Buu had impersonated to kind of get that kiss from a girl, which after I did my predictions, a guy tweeted at me and said it looks like this guy, and I'm like, wow, it really does. And I thought that'd be kind of cool if they do actually, draw a connection, but apparently it is him. But that's the basic premise of the movie. It's a movie starring the Great Saiyaman, but Gohan's not the star of the movie. He actually takes the role of a stuntman. He steals that from someone else. But the problem is, even though there's also a little twist to the story, there's a little bit of extra meat that they didn't show in the preview. It's barely in the episode, and the episode itself isn't that. In my opinion, I like slice of life episodes, right? I do not mind them at all. I enjoy them. This just didn't grab my attention. It really didn't. I'll keep the review brief because there really isn't a lot of story points to talk about. But basically, in the beginning of the episode, it's super interesting. It's kind of almost like Baby from GT. A lot of people draw this comparison. There's this parasitic, evil criminal named Wadagash. He's like in a jar, and Jocko's talking about him, and he escapes, and he eventually makes his way to Earth. But we barely see him in the episode. That's something that's left for the next episode, which looks like it's going to be pretty cool and pretty unique for episode 75. But as far as this one, he's barely in it. He does possess someone in the episode. One of the bank robbers, who I guess are also from the Buu saga. They brought them back from the Buu saga. The Gohan had beaten them up before. But the reason Gohan wants to be a stunt double in this movie in the first place is because he wants, from what I can understand, Pan to be impressed with him someday. So he kind of wants to be in a film. I mean, she should probably be impressed regardless, but I guess it's just how I feel about that. And I guess the Great Saiyaman's not really something that's around anymore. He's very, very minuscule. He has a very minuscule impact in the society, I guess, now. He's not around a lot. So I guess that's another reason why the movie's probably being made, because he really isn't around. So maybe this will jumpstart interaction or something. I don't really know. I'm trying to make additional info for this story, but it really wasn't something that just grabbed me. It's really just a lot of, Barry Karn, the actor, is yelling at people, the director's yelling at people, Gohan's kind of confused, he finds things tedious, just not a lot of interesting stuff. There's a couple action scenes. There's a part where Gohan shows his prowess by jumping a tank, going inside, saving someone for a stunt in the movie. But, really, I don't know how you guys feel about the episode, but it's hard for me to talk about because it really just wasn't that engaging. Gohan doesn't really necessarily want to be in the film, I guess, but Videl thinks it's a cool idea, so it reminds her of the old days, apparently, and gets her excited. But, what else is a reminder of the old days is if he actually went out and started beating the shit out of people, but I guess that's whatever. But later on, there's a bank robbery, and Krillin's there as a police officer, dodging their bullets. They actually have a really cool setup. It's like the Frieza Soldier little ray gun key cannons type of thing. It's like one of the guys has one of those, those big wrist cannons. He doesn't have like an actual gun, so I think that's kind of cool. But Krillin's there about to stop the thugs, and then Gohan kind of busts the wall down, crushes Krillin with it, and then defeats the guards after one of them gets possessed by again, the parasites that I'd mentioned earlier, which was cool. It transformed him. He got super buff. He grew like an antenna. But Gohan still took him out quite easily. And this whole time, Jocko's trying to figure out exactly where the parasite has gone. He's trying to track it down, and which leads into the end of the episode where Jocko does come around. But Barry Karn, the actor that's playing the Great Saiyaman, takes credit for the bank robbery, I guess, or stopping them. Gohan's gonna do a Kamehameha against them, which I thought was gonna be awesome, and then he does like a Great Saiyaman little key beam thing. So, whatever. One thing I thought was really cool is that there's a scene where Bulma comes in. Gohan's talking to Bulma in secret about how he did this whole bank robbery and stuff. And there's this like great Saiyaman fangirl who overhears the conversation and figures out that Gohan is actually the great Saiyaman. And there's a scene where Gohan takes her for a ride in the sky, you know, flying around, which I thought was cool. That was a cool part of the episode. I enjoyed that. But a lot of the scenes before then, again, it feels kind of pointless, a lot of the scenes. It feels like there's just not enough meat to the episode. And you can't expect every episode to be fantastic, right? But again, there's just some boring parts of this one. It really just did not engage me or intrigue me at all, or anything, really. And the episode kind of leaves off with Jocko coming to Earth and aiming a gun at Gohan and this girl. And we're not sure exactly why. It's not really said. It's not even shown in the preview. Maybe it's because that parasite is on the girl or on Gohan or something. That has to be it. Maybe, I want to say maybe Jocko's controlled, but he seemed way too like himself. He wasn't buffed up and possessed. But we don't really know yet. It's a cliffhanger, but I mean, the parasite's probably on that girl or somewhere in the vicinity, I suppose. Or maybe it was on Barry earlier and he was dressed up as Great Saiyaman, so Jocko's getting confused. I don't really know. We'll have to find out in the next episode, but the next episode preview looks really good. Shows Barry has been possessed by the parasite, so that could be having a connection with the last episode. And why Jocko's aiming at the Great Saiyaman, I don't really know. The next episode definitely looks interesting. Looks like it's going to be high on the action, and I'm excited for that one. But again, this one just kind of middle of the road, meh. You know, I like this. I really enjoy this parasite thing. Like, for being a little side episode, you know, slice of life, not directly connected to the main stories, it actually had some cool stuff. You know, I like the idea. It's kind of interesting, though. I guess twice in Super now we've had parasite creatures. We had the Super Water or whatever it was called again, you know, that possessed Vegeta, you know, well, made the copy Vegeta. We had that, and now we have this parasite, and we also have Baby and GT. So I guess Dragon Ball really likes its parasites, but other than that, guys, that's basically about it. A little brief review, I guess, of the episode. I don't know how brief it really was, but hopefully you guys did enjoy that regardless. Share your thoughts on the episode down below. Am I wrong for thinking it was a meh episode? I don't think it was terrible, but it definitely had some boring bits. For sure, but you know, it was okay. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts down below, and of course, I'll catch you later.